There is one thing that a lot of people in their 65-80s are still doing every day without realizing how damaging it is. It not only deteriorates your health, but can also silently shorten your life. The truth is, when you reach this stage, your body goes through changes that make some habits much more dangerous than they used to be. What worked in your 40s and 50s can now put you at risk for serious health problems, and most people don't even realize it until it's too late. That's why in this video we're going to cover 5 things you need to stop doing immediately. If you're 6,580, this is your last chance to make these changes before they start to seriously impact your health, energy, and longevity. Stick with me to the end, because the last one is something that almost no one talks about, but it's one of the biggest mistakes you can make right now. Before we get started, if you haven't subscribed, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the notification bell report so you don't miss any videos. If you like this video, please put number 1 in the comment section. If you don't like it, please put number 0 in the comment section to let me know, so I can make better videos for you. Now, let's get started. Mistake number 1: sitting for long periods of time without moving. One of the worst things you can do to your body after 60 is sitting too much. You might think, I walk every day, so I'm still moving. But here's the thing: even if you exercise, sitting for hours on end can still increase your risk of heart disease, muscle loss, and poor circulation. Studies show that prolonged sitting slows down your metabolism, weakens your leg and core muscles, and puts extra stress on your joints. All of this can lead to reduced mobility, chronic pain, and a higher risk of falls. Think about this: if you have ever stood up after sitting for a while and felt stiffness in your knees or tension in your back, that is your body telling you it is not getting enough exercise. Sitting too long reduces blood flow, causing muscles and joints to stiffen. Also increases the risk of blood clots, weight gain, and even cognitive decline. This is exactly what happened to someone like George, 72 years old. He always believed that daily walking was enough, but over time, he noticed his legs getting weaker and his back pain getting worse. His doctor explained that it wasn't just about walking, but about breaking up long periods of sitting. He started setting a timer to get up and move every 30 to 45 minutes, doing simple stretches or light activity. Within a few weeks, he noticed less stiffness, better circulation, and even improved energy levels. Here is a simple test: if you sit for more than an hour at a time, try standing up right now and rotating your shoulders, stretching your legs, or walking around for just a few minutes. If you feel a difference right away, that is evidence that your body needs more regular movement throughout the day. It is important not just to exercise, but to stay active. If you have been sitting too much, now is the time to make a change. Small movements throughout the day, standing up, stretching, walking around, even changing your posture, can have a big impact on how your body feels and functions. Mistake 2: skipping protein and losing muscle mass. One of the biggest mistakes people make after 60 is not getting enough protein, and that causes them to lose muscle strength and energy. You might think, I eat enough food, so I must be fine. But here's the reality: as you get older, your body processes protein less efficiently, meaning you need even more protein to maintain muscle mass. If you don't pay attention to your protein intake, you can lose muscle without even realizing it. Muscle loss, also known as sarcopenia, is one of the biggest threats to independence after 60. It happens gradually, and most people don't notice it until simple things like getting up from a chair, carrying groceries, or climbing stairs start to feel harder than before. The real danger is that once muscle is lost, rebuilding it becomes much harder, and as muscles weaken, so does your balance, making falls and injuries more likely. This is exactly what happened to someone like Richard, 68. He thought he was eating well, but over time he noticed that his legs were weaker, his arms looked thinner, and his energy levels weren't what they used to be. His doctor told him he wasn't getting enough protein to support his muscles, so he started increasing his protein, adding more lean meat, eggs, beans, nuts, and protein-rich dairy to his diet. Within a few weeks, he felt better, more energetic, and even more stable on your feet. If you want to see where your muscle strength is now, try getting up from a chair without using your hands. If that feels difficult, or if you feel unsteady, it could be a sign that your muscles are weakening and your body needs more protein and strength training to prevent muscle loss. So if you are still eating the way you did in your 40s or 50s, it is time to rethink your diet. More protein is not just a good idea. It is also necessary to keep you healthy, active, and independent. If you are still watching this video and found these insights valuable, please comment number 2 below to let me know you are here. Now, let's move on to mistake number 3: neglecting sleep and disrupting your body's recovery process. Many people think that needing less sleep is part of the aging process, but that is actually one of the biggest misconceptions. The truth is your body still needs quality sleep, not just to feel rested, but also to support memory, muscle recovery, cardiovascular health, and even your immune system. The problem is that as people age, they often develop poor sleep habits, which leads to chronic fatigue, increased inflammation, and even a higher risk of cognitive decline. If you've ever found yourself waking up in the middle of the night, having trouble falling back asleep, or feeling sluggish even after a good night's sleep, your body may not be getting the deep, restorative sleep it needs, and the consequences are serious. Studies show that sleep deprivation weakens the immune system. Translation: increases the risk of heart disease and can accelerate memory problems over time. Take someone like Frank, who is 71. He always thought that sleeping less hours was just something that happened with age, but over time he started to notice more tiredness during the day, brain fog, and even changes in blood pressure. His doctor explained that his body still needed deep sleep to function properly, and the key was to improve his nighttime routine, so he made a few simple changes, reducing his screen time at night, avoid caffeine in the evening, and create a bedtime routine. Within a few weeks, he noticed significant improvements in energy, concentration, and overall health. If you are unsure if your sleep is truly refreshing, here is a simple test. Do you wake up feeling rested and alert, or do you feel sluggish and need more time to get going? If you feel sluggish most mornings, your sleep may not be efficient, and now is the time to fix it. Quality sleep is not optional. It is one of the most important factors for long-term health, cognitive function, and physical recovery. Fourth mistake: avoid strength and balance training. One of the biggest mistakes people make after 60 is thinking that walking is enough exercise. Although walking is great for the heart and mobility, it is not enough to maintain balance, strength, or prevent falls. The fact is, as you walk, your muscles naturally weaken, your balance ability decreases, and your risk of falling increases, unless you actively work to prevent it. This is something most people don't realize. Falls are the leading cause of injury in older adults, and most falls happen not because of weak legs, but because of poor balance and muscle loss. If you don't challenge your body with strengthening and stability exercises, you are unwittingly making yourself more susceptible to tripping, slipping, and more serious injuries. This is exactly what happened to someone like Edward, who is 74 years old and walks every day. Thought that was enough, but one day he misjudged a step and lost his balance and fell hard. He didn't break any bones, but the experience left him reeling. His doctor explained that his balance was deteriorating because he wasn't training his stabilizing muscles, so he started adding gentle core strengthening exercises and balance exercises to his routine. Within a few weeks, he noticed he felt more stable, more confident, and much less afraid of falling. Strength training doesn't have to mean lifting heavy loads at the gym. It can be as simple as using resistance bands, doing bodyweight squats standing on one leg, or even using a chair for support. When doing leg exercises, it is important to challenge your muscles and balance so your body stays strong, well coordinated, and flexible. If you want to test your balance right now, try this. Stand close to the ground, lift one leg slightly off the ground, and see if you can hold your balance for at least 10 seconds. If you have difficulty, find that your balance needs improvement, and the sooner you start, the better. Your muscles and balance are your foundation, and neglecting them after 60 is one of the fastest ways to lose mobility. If you rely solely on walking, it is time to prioritize strength and stability training to keep yourself active, independent, and injury-free. If you are still watching this video and found these insights valuable, please comment number 4 below to let me know you are here. Now, let's move on. Mistake number 5, ignoring hydration and dehydrating your body. One of the most overlooked health risks after 60 is not drinking enough water. You may think, I'm not thirsty often, so I must be fine. But here's the thing, your body's thirst signal gets weaker as you age, meaning you may already be dehydrated before you feel thirsty. And chronic dehydration not only does it make you feel tired, it can lead to joint pain, constipation, kidney problems, confusion, and even an increased risk of falls. Dehydration is hard to detect. Most people assume that as long as they drink something throughout the day, they are getting enough fluids. But the truth is, by the time you feel thirsty, you are already behind in your metabolism, and the consequences are serious. When your body is not getting enough water, your muscles become weaker, your joints lose lubrication, and your brain function slows down. This can lead to dizziness, poor concentration, and increased risk of injury. This is exactly what happened to someone like 76-year-old Walter. He thought he was drinking enough because he had coffee in the morning and some water with meals, but over time, he noticed more frequent headaches, muscle cramps, and dizzy spells. When standing up, his doctor explained that coffee and tea act as diuretics, meaning they take water from the body, rather than replenishing it, so Walter made a simple change. He started drinking a full glass of water as soon as he woke up and sipping throughout the day. Within a few weeks, he felt more alert, his digestion was better, and he even noticed his joints weren't as stiff as before. If you want to test if you're drinking enough water, try this. Pinch the skin on the back of your hand and hold for a second. If the skin bounces back immediately, you're probably hydrated. If it takes a while for the skin to return to normal, your body may need more water. The good news is this is one of the easiest things to fix. Keep a glass of water nearby, and sipping small sips throughout the day can dramatically improve digestion, energy, joint health, and even brain function. Don't wait until you're thirsty, because by then your body is already struggling to keep up. The conclusion, as we wrap up this video, take a moment to reflect on these 5 mistakes. If you've been making any of them, don't worry, it's never too late to make changes, whether it's breaking up long periods of sitting, increasing protein intake, improving sleep, adding strength training, or staying hydrated. Every little adjustment you make adds up to a healthier, stronger, and more independent future. The good news is your body is incredibly resilient. Even if you have been making these mistakes for years, you can start reversing the damage today. The key is consistency. Small daily habits have a huge impact over time. Your health is not just about avoiding illness. It's about keeping you healthy, active, and energetic for as long as possible. So which of the 5 areas do you need to focus on? This area most. Have you noticed any changes in your energy, strength, or overall health? We would love to hear from you. So please leave a comment below sharing one thing you learned today and how you plan to apply it to your life. Your thoughts are very important to us, so don't hesitate to share them. Reading your comments gives us great motivation and encouragement. If you liked this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue to create great content to inform and inspire you. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.